What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. She's a 33-year-old horny lady who just wants a guy or a girl to go down on. Satisfaction guaranteed. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? And I hated that intro.
Oh, no.
Sucked.
Oh, no.
First of all, don't tell people my age.
You were the one who gave it away. People would have just thought that was the ad on the escort site.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll put one out.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's how bad that intro is? That
Yes.
You're gonna leave me over that intro?
Yes,
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
I have to think about it.
Oh, my gosh. I think maybe we have to start over. Woo! I feel happy.
Usually your intros are good, but this one really sucked.
Oh, no.
It was just bad.
Oh, no.
Horrible.
This is no way to start.
You did not do a good job.
This is no way to start an episode. I'm struggling. I'm trying to think quickly if there's something else worth introing.
You should pay me for this podcast. Like you should pay me.
I do pay you for this podcast.
Well, you should pay me out of your pocket $300 an hour for podcasting with you for that intro.
It's a deal. No, here's why this intro I like so much, because
No, you don't.
for me this is good news. This is the best news.
That I'm a hoe that sleeps with guys and girls for money.
No. I'm speaking about Tyray.
Oh.
I'm speaking about Tyray here. Tyresa, if you will. That was pretty good.
I really hate you right now.
That was pretty good.
Okay, now I really hate you. I don't know if I want to podcast with you.
What do you mean?
You just called me all kinds of things.
This is
you called
literally-
me a slut.
Do you know how
you told me that?
No, I did not. Do you know
You
how?
told me that I may be a little overweight, like our
What?
friend Tyray. You called me a Tyresa.
Well, I'm trying to dig myself out of this hole.
You cannot.
Don't you understand how my intros work?
You are paying for dinner with your money, not our money.
Don't you understand
your money?
Teresa, now I can't help but say Tyresa. Don't you understand how these intros work? I watch the episode and I extract something that I could spin a little bit and put your name there. And
out of the whole
Yeah.
1 hour and 30-minute long show,
Yeah.
this is what you got?
well, we're on a
It
time.
sucked.
We're on a time crunch here. I didn't
No,
have long.
I hated it. You should come up with a new one right now. Do it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get a second bed so we could sleep in separate beds like Meisha and whatever heard.
We may,
Nicola.
because I don't know if I want to share a bed with you unless you're paying.
That's how I feel about it. No, I'm just excited because I think this is the best case scenario. This is the best outcome for Tyray. The fact that there's a chance he could actually sleep with the woman he thought he was talking to. She's an escort. There is now a chance that he could meet up with her. She's in the town over. He could slap some cash on the table and fulfill his fantasies. No one ever thought that would be possible an episode ago.
His fantasies are not sleeping with her. It's talking to her. He wants to talk to someone. He takes care of his... Listen, he's alone. He takes care of his elderly mom sharing a studio apartment. He wants to talk to someone. He doesn't want to bang someone once and be done.
But think about this. He could continue talking to Christian, but then he could actually fulfill the sexual nature of that relationship
That's very complicated.
by banging this escort once or
That's
twice.
very complicated.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the silver lining. I'm looking at the bright side of things.
Yeah, no.
Take yourself out of that intro for a second. Forget that you're upset over the intro.
No, I
and
cannot.
just think about the beauty that is Tyray getting to make love to the woman who he thought he was talking to for 4 years.
He's not going to because he's naive.
I will start a GoFundMe. However much this woman costs, I will start a GoFundMe so that he can fulfill that fantasy. He deserves it. Don't you think Tyray deserves it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
He deserves to wake up from this bad dream and move on with his life.
Yeah. It's a nightmare.
I mean, the fact that he thinks that, oh, wait a minute, she lives a town over, but she's an escort in Barbados?
Maybe she was in prison. That's the pimp. I mean,
No, he needs...
quite the imagination on this young man.
He needs a slap in his face so he wakes up. And I mean it with love.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel bad for him, but him banging this girl and then falling in love again
True.
with someone who doesn't want to be with him, that's even worse.
True.
So far, your takes today are horrible,
Yeah,
John.
a couple bad takes. Let's see if I can turn this thing around.
I don't know if you can.
Well, I'm going to try, Teresa. I'm going to try.
I think next time I'm going to start doing the
Please.
intros
I'm the one over here doing all the work, and now I'm paying you.
about myself.
Okay. Well, write something down, slip it over here. And if at any point in this episode you feel like, oh, that would have been a better intro, please, by all means, don't do it now. We're going to go through an entire episode. If whatever we land on at any time in the episode, if you think that's better, well, let me know, and I will take it back. And not that we're going to redo it, but I'll say you're right. That would have been better. I'll admit it.
What would have been better?
If you come across something where you go, now this would have been a better intro.
Here is a better intro. Are you ready? I didn't even look at my notes.
Okay.
Okay, he'll be like, I'm here with the one and only Teresa, who also came to my parents' house and there were 2 beds. We did not put them together, but she jumped into my bed and we cuddled all night.
Okay, well, I was going to address that when we got to that part of the episode, but okay.
Very, very poor so far.
All right, I'm sorry. Well, can we talk a little business real quick?
Ugh, okay.
This is important, Teresa. This actually is important, so guys, don't fast forward over this because this is big news for us.
Okay.
A lot of you guys have asked. We have delivered. We are now on Supercast.
Woohoo!
We are on Supercast because, yes, a lot of you guys have asked, but because what we're going to be covering on the premium side of Married to Reality, we think is a pretty big deal, and we think a lot of you guys are going to want to hear it. And so we wanted to make it as easy for you guys to get as possible. And so we signed up for Supercast, marriedtoreality.supercast.com. Right now, it's only the Cousins Club level, which is the audio level. You'll get the weekly episode, the weekly audio level. And it's going to be, starting next week, the other way.
What?
90 Day the other way.
Already,
Teresa.
I can't believe that, but I'm excited.
So we know a lot of you guys are excited about that. We know a lot of you guys are on Supercast. It is super easy.
Yes.
No pun intended. All you got it takes like 5 seconds. I've signed up for a Supercast before. It takes like 5 seconds. You can get it right to whatever device you're listening on, whatever app you're using. It's super easy. Again, it's going to be the audio only at this point, but hopefully sometime in the near future we'll figure out how to get video over there.
And just so you guys know, Supercast will be the same as Patreon. There won't be anything extra. It's just some of you are Supercast users and you asked us about it.
Yes.
So we have 2 now. So you take your pick.
Take your pick. If you want video, well then for sure the Patreon is still cooking with the video. We'll be doing the other way video pod over there. The audio also on the Cousins Club level. Supercast, if you sign up now, you'll get all the episodes that ever appeared on the Patreon. You'll get it at the $6 Cousins Club level on Supercast. So yes, you'll be getting the future episodes, but you'll also be getting like 200 plus old episodes.
And July is, a couple of weeks ago was our 3-year anniversary, which we didn't really address because you were away.
Guilty.
But we are going to celebrate it in July.
All right.
By recreating our very first podcast.
Why is nobody talking about this?
With T and Rex.
I used to go by the stage name Rex because Teresa's obsessed with dinosaurs and we thought it'd be funny.
We were T-Rex.
We thought it'd be funny to be T-Rex, but that's only one of the major disasters that was that podcast.
But we decided to recreate it for you guys on the Patreon and Supercast.
Yes.
As a bonus to celebrate our anniversary.
Yes. So that will be coming to the premium channels. But again, Supercast, you can join super easily. marriedtoreality.supercast.com. It's the Cousins Club level. Check it out. Also, patreon.com/marriedtoreality. Again, the other way will be starting over there shortly. And right now, you can sign up for a free week on both Patreon and Supercast. We're doing free trials for a week. So try before you buy. Check it out.
Check it out, guys.
Give it a chance. All right. Also, Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Message us over there. We do some memes once in a while. It's a fun time at Married to Reality Pod on Instagram. Make sure you're following wherever you're listening, the free feed. If you want to make sure you get the episodes as soon as they drop, you want to make sure you're following. So it's so easy to do. You just look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as hot as I forgot to
See, it's hard. It's hard work, Teresa. It's
No,
not.
it's not. I had it ready. I just
No.
couldn't word it well. As hot as our big news about Supercast.
Oh, all right. See, we both have pretty rough intros this episode.
Well, I was going to throw it back at you.
I know
and I
you
just
were.
couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So.
It was going to be like a double negative. You're going to be like,
Yes.
as hot as John's intro wasn't, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's good.
it
Guys,
wasn't- no,
as hot
that's not good.
as John's intro was not.
Yeah. All right. Well, smash it, please. And last but not least, if you could leave us a review, it would make our week, perhaps our month, depending on what you write. If you leave a 5-star review, we'll read it on this podcast,
Ooh.
the very one we're doing right now. Speaking of reviews, I got one, a new one. I want to read it, Teresa,
Okay.
if I may.
Do, please.
Okay, this review comes to us from our friend Agla T.
Hello, Aglati.
Agla T. I could be butchering that. 5 stars. Titled,
Love it.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
So glad I discovered your funny, clever, and always so entertaining podcast. Keep up the good work. In parentheses, P.S. As a fellow European, love the accent.
Woo! I love that. You see?
Agla T.
Thank you, Aglati, and thank you for bringing up my accent because I'm always a little nervous about it, but the love helps me to really get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about me trying to get rid of it. I might emphasize it moving
I
forward.
wouldn't emphasize it, but maybe embrace it. You're not good at accents, so if you were going to even overemphasize your own accent.
Did you hear me shitting on you in British English for not knowing how to drink tea?
Yeah, we cooked up a couple teas before we sat down to record this pod, and I put an ice cube in my tea because it was
Okay.
so piping hot. I
Guys.
need something to sip on.
Guys, I finally taught John how to make a proper tea.
Please call me Rex.
We have a kettle. We have a nice kettle, right? That you just boil the tea. That's how we do it in Europe. It's very English. And my parents have a kettle, and it's just so like I feel like I'm a child again because once I got pissed and I touched it and I burned my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom was like, "Don't touch it," and I got mad, touched it. But
Yikes.
anyways, brings me right back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I finally got him to make tea the proper way. And guess what he does after?
I
He
used to-
drops an ice cube in it.
Cause it's baby steps, Teresa. I used to fill up a mug with water, throw it in the microwave for a minute 30, and call it a day.
Ugh, you guys give him shit for it already, so
Now
you're good.
we're boiling over here, and I got to put
Yeah.
an ice. We're gonna be done with the podcast by the time this thing is cool enough to drink.
What are you talking about? I'm sipping on my tea already, and I put 0 ice cubes in
Yeah,
it.
because you've calloused your tongue over the 30 plus years of you drinking boiling, scalding hot tea. My tongue is sensitive, Teresa.
Okay, you gotta learn.
I got to burn.
All right.
Okay, that's the business. What do you say we do a little 90-day by the way?
Well, they better be in your intro.
So, you know what? I got a lot on my plate over here, Teresa. A lot on my plate.
Okay.
I don't know what you're doing over there besides insulting me.
What are you talking about? I am helping you to improve.
A lot of insults over there. All right. I think
Listen, honesty.
best
is-
policy.
yeah, I was gonna say a best friend, but I knew it wasn't. I knew that wasn't the saying.
Yeah. All right. 90-day, by the way, number 1. This is old news. Okay, this is old news, but I just learned about it. And I think you're going to be interested in this.
Okay.
As some of you know, our family affair bonus on Patreon last month, we recapped the pilot episode of Darcy and Stacey's first foray into reality television.
Woohoo!
It was a 2010 attempt at a TV show called The Twin Life. Okay? We recapped it. If you're interested and you're not on the family affair level on Patreon, get on over there. It was a fantastic time.
Fantastic.
So during my research for this bonus, I discovered something else.
What?
Have you ever heard of the Bravo television reality show Millionaire Matchmaker?
No.
Okay, years ago, I don't know how long ago, 15 years ago, maybe more, there was a show called Millionaire Matchmaker. It starred Patty Stanger, who was a matchmaker.
No idea.
She worked in the world of millionaires and wealthy people looking for love.
Is her name Patricia?
Probably. Well, great show. I loved it. It eventually was canceled, though. Bravo
Okay.
said no more. Okay. Well, they spun her off, or she spun it off into a different show called $1 Million Matchmaker, which was on the We TV network.
Who did? You said
Patty.
She,
Patty. Right?
Patty.
She went from Millionaire Matchmaker to $1 Million Matchmaker.
Okay.
Well, guess who was looking for love on $1 Million Matchmaker?
Darcy?
Darcy.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm not surprised that it wasn't Stacey because I think Stacey is more reserved.
So the year was 2016.
Wait, she was already on 90, wasn't she, in 2016 or maybe 2017?
Maybe it was filmed in 2015, but I think it aired in 2016.
Okay, because she was on 90 Day, the first season of The Other Way. Or was it before 90 Day? One of them.
Yeah.
In 2017 with Jesse.
It was not The Other Way.
So it was before.
I think it was before the 90. Yeah. In 2017, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. So she was dipping her feet back into reality TV. So this was 2016. Darcy was one of several single women who was on this episode, vetted by Patty and her staff for a potential date with Scott Baldwin, who was the man, a 46-year-old ex-Marine and father of a 10-year-old daughter.
Okay, was he a millionaire?
He must have been. He must have been if he was on $1 Million Matchmaker. So Darcy, she was shown a couple of times this episode. One of those appearances, Patty was talking to her, asking, how would you like to date a man who is in his 40s and has a gorgeous, adorable daughter? And Darcy says, oh, I love children. So that was really it. She only got a couple quick appearances, moments on television. But there you go. Once again, it just shows you never give up on your dreams.
I guess.
Even if your dream is just to be a reality TV star. Never give up because look how it's panned out for her.
Do you think they make a lot of money now?
The Silva sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. But why is she on OnlyFans? That's what I'm kind of, or is that how she makes a lot of money?
I think, let's be honest here. This is a fleeting moment. This is a 15 minutes of fame situation. She's not going to be Darcy Silva the way we know Darcy Silva in 10 years.
Yeah.
So you got to get all the money you can. When you can, invest it, make some wise business decisions, and then ride it out because I don't think she's going for an office job in 10 years. When,
she's not. I mean,
when her star fades.
She's a company. What are you talking about?
I just think she's going to be irrelevant in 10 years. So get as much money as you can.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Come on. Think about it. She's only been relevant, what you said?
2017.
So she really popped 2017, 2018 was the start of it all. So 4 or 5 years. And there's already a lot of people who I think are kind of...
Like 6 years, if I may correct your math.
Correct it, please.
Yeah.
6? It's 2023.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think there's a lot of people who are already sick of her and tired of her. And like, enough, Darcy, enough with the surgery, enough with the young man, enough.
Keep it going, girlfriend.
We're addicted. We're absolutely addicted. But I just think, how many more years can she do this?
That's a good point.
Right.
I guess. I mean, yes, I'm sure they're banking a lot, but they're also spending a lot.
Well, they all live together in that one house. I don't know. I think they're spending less than
But look at all the luxurious stuff, like all those purses and sunnies, and that's thousands of dollars right there.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see. I will watch and report on her as long as she graces our television screen.
Oh, please.
We need more.
We need more. I really hope that next time we go to Connecticut, which I don't think will be until the Thanksgiving, I want to go to the restaurant. Maybe they'll be there.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. That's, by the way, number 1. By the way, number 2, and thanks to our friends Jane and Dahlia for the tip on this.
Yes. Thanks, ladies, as always.
This story. So I think it's safe to say Scott from Love in Paradise and Liz didn't work out, right? That we still have one more episode to go over there. But Scott is back looking for love.
Okay, let me just say this. Watching Scott with Lydia, there was a part of me that felt bad, right? That's like, oh, it's not working out for him. He was heartbroken before. But then we meet his ex,
Liz,
and she freaks out and leaves.
Within 10 minutes of being together.
Which means like he did or say something creepy.
He was trying to bang.
And ever since... all these little things keep popping about him that he just gives me the creeps.
He's coming on too strong. That's as simple as I can word it, I think, is he comes on too strong. And he's doing it once again, this time with Tiffany.
Oh, did you watch the video?
I watched the video, Teresa. So here we go. He's shirtless, of course. He's filming himself, and he's saying how beautiful Tiffany is.
Muy bonita.
How badly he wants to go out with her, how much he wants to make her smile. And yeah, it's pretty creepy because it's 2023. Just slide into her DMs like a normal guy.
Well, I think he thinks a lot of himself. He did before the show.
Yeah.
You know, in the intro saying how he bangs all these women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now post show, he probably thinks, okay, I'm a star now, so I might just show you myself.
Sure.
And it was just so creepy.
If not creepy, cringy.
Yeah, for sure, cringy. I mean, she did marry Ronald, so I mean, she doesn't have the best taste
So you're
in
saying
men.
there's a chance.
Listen, I like Tiffany. She's beautiful. I like the way she's being a mom. Like,
She's
that's all great.
a businesswoman.
Yeah, I really like Tiffany, but yeah, her choice in men from Ronald, not too good. So please don't go down this rabbit hole and end up in Florida.
Well, Tiffany obviously caught wind of what's going on,
Yeah.
right? We all did. And as the good social media influencer that she is, she's playing along with it. So she posted a video of herself saying, all right, here's the deal. I heard what Scott's got to say. I saw the video. If this video that I'm posting right now, if it gets 1,000 comments, I'll go on a date with Scott under one condition. Scott allows me to put a face full of makeup on him.
They're doing this together because she tagged him. There was a shared post.
Right. And
Yeah.
I think, as I said, as the good influencer
Yeah.
that she is, this is a promotion for her cosmetics line.
Yeah.
She owns a makeup line.
Yeah.
She's saying, if I can put a face full of makeup on him, I'll go. The video's got over 1,000 comments.
Okay.
So it's happening. It looks like we're going to get a date.
All right. Well, I hope it's just for business and she's not gonna get any ideas about our friend Scott because, yeah, he's a little cringy.
A little cringe. Yeah. Let's see.
Let's
We'll stay
see.
tuned. So there you go. By the way, 1 and 2. Thank you again for everyone who's sending the stories in. Thank you, Jane and Dahlia, for that story.
Yes, thank you guys. John needed it because this week so far, I mean, he's getting there.
Come on, Teresa.
I had to make one more comment. I'm done now.
All right, let's do it. The reason we're here, not to shit on me, but to shit on these couples. Sunday night, 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, episode 5, perhaps, dare I say, my favorite episode so far of the season.
It was great. And
It
we
was
had
really
all
good.
the couples, didn't we?
All the couples, and apparently we're just getting started. There's more.
They were getting more couples, which I have something to say about, but that's going to be in the next episode.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Beautiful.
All right, let's start. First
And
morning in
Nicola,
Israel.
yes.
Yeah, sorry. Nicola. First morning in Israel, and everyone calm down. God is still proud of them.
But they did some handy stuff, and I think she definitely touched his penis, and
You think so?
oh yeah, but like over clothes.
Over the pants, touching.
Yeah,
Over the pants,
yeah.
petting, heavy petting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard that Meisha did the old Teresa and popped out of her bed and into Nicola's twin bed to do some cuddling in the middle of the night.
It's the best.
We've told this story, but to make it a standalone podcast, we can tell it very quickly again.
You tell it.
Was it the first time you came over my
Yeah,
parents'
first
house?
time. So we've been dating for 6 months.
So much for me telling it.
Well, let me start. We've been dating for 6 months, and John decided it's time for me to meet the fam.
My
his
parents.
fam.
I decided it's time for you to meet my parents.
Yeah. That's what I thought. They're meeting
That's what
the
I
parents.
thought. That's what I thought.
Got there, already crazy rash on my body.
I think you were nervous, I guess.
I think I also have sun allergies.
You had
so
hives like up your neck. We spent all morning in New York going to H&M, other stores trying to find a collared shirt that would cover it.
But because it was also very hot, so something I wouldn't
Yeah.
sweat like a pig.
Yeah.
So anyways, now you take it.
So we got you the right shirt. We hopped on the train. We went to Connecticut and we walked into the house and you met my parents.
Yes.
It was very nice.
It was very nice. Your dad was definitely like,
Judging you.
not judging, but he was like trying to psychologist me,
That's a word.
evaluate me.
Yeah.
He always evaluates me. I evaluate him too.
You guys are evaluating each other now. I walked into the dining room and I saw that, what is the Passover Seder coming up? Why are there so many chairs around this table?
So many chairs.
And a tablecloth on. And I said, Mom, what's going on? And my mom said, well, it's Father's Day weekend. We're having the family over to celebrate. And I was like, oh, right. So Teresa didn't just meet my mom and my dad that weekend. She met my sister and my grandma and my uncle and my aunt and my uncle. And
I met so many people. I guess it was better because we just ripped the Band-Aid off. But I didn't plan on it. I'm pretty sure I wore the same shirt.
I think so.
Yeah, because of the hives. And I didn't bring anything like fancy.
But anyways, not to get sidetracked, at that point in time, I grew up with bunk beds. I don't know why. Didn't have a brother. My sister had her own room, but I wanted bunk beds. I liked options, I guess. And my parents didn't get me an adult-sized bed. They just took the bunk beds apart and put them not side by side, but like one and a dresser than the other. So it was 2 twin beds and too small for 2 people to sleep in. So that night, Teresa and I went to bed in separate beds.
Well, we didn't. We cuddled in one first, and then you said you're hot, and you're going to sleep in your own bed.
Yeah. And so I kicked Teresa out and over to the next twin bed. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, what is that? It's warm. And Teresa was like bear hugging me from behind, cuddling me. And she had snuck over into my twin bed in the middle of the night for some heavy petting.
Jesus. Literally.
So, okay. Now Meisha's saying, well, this is the first relationship I've ever been celibate in. So there's this disconnect. I'm used to the physical and the emotional. I need to figure out how to close this gap.
But they did. She said they cuddled, they did the petting, they did all kinds of things besides the banging. So
And Meisha wants to continue down that path. She wants to figure out, how do we be hot and cute without getting all hot and heavy? That's what she needs. That's the dance she needs to figure out how to do. So, all right, we cut to 1 hour later, and Nicola is going to show Meisha around town.
Yes, it's the God tour.
It's the God tour. First stop, Mother Mary's water fountain.
Yes, and Meisha's loving it, but she didn't come here to see all this. She came here to see Nicola.
And that was my first thought before she even said it. She's feeling like, I'm on a field, like this is turning into a field trip. This is turning into a sightseeing tour, and Nicola is my tour guide. Nicola is thinking, well, these holy sites, they're going to bring us even closer. She loves God. She loves me. Bada bing, bada boom, put them together.
Because here's the thing. There is only one thing they have in common, and it's God. I don't think there are any hobbies or anything because...
well, God is their life.
Yes. So that's the glue that keeps them together.
Hobby Lobby.
All right.
But so Meisha's feeling, well, this is great. I love seeing these sites, right? While I'm here, let's see some sites. But who I really want to see and what I really want to do is meet your family. Nicola, that's not on the tour.
Well, he didn't tell his family about her, it seems like. Mom doesn't know. No one knows. And it's all because she is a divorcee.
I don't get how this guy is not shouting from the mountaintops about this woman. Ricola. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like he should be so fired up that he got this woman that he wants to tell everyone.
I don't think he cares about her looks.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he got lucky. She's gorgeous, but I think
Are you kidding me? Do you know how much baggage comes with Meisha? The looks are the reason he's able to look past it. In his mind baggage, not in my mind baggage, in his mind baggage.
Well, I think he just, of course he likes the way she looks. I'm not taking that away. But I'm saying like, if she maybe was less hot, but still disconnected to God, I don't think he would care.
Okay.
I mean, listen, he is really not good looking.
He's not terrible looking, but he's definitely not good looking. He's average to like maybe a notch below. I think he's average looking.
He's below average looking. Let's just put it out there.
I think he's average looking.
I said it before, and some of you guys messaged us and you agree with me. He does look like he smells like church.
Yeah, but that's a turn on for Meisha.
I guess it's a turn off for everyone else.
Well, for some people.
Well, all right.
They get back to the hotel, And Meisha's like a little bummed. She's sad. She's laying in bed. And this is where she goes, oh, as much as I want to see Israel, I'm not here to vacation. I'm here to meet you and get answers. And I agree with her, but also what else are you going to do kind of thing? I support going and sightseeing. That's how you get to know someone, through activities. But maybe, sure, introduce her to family and friends first so that she can feel comfortable and confident that she's not a secret, and then she can go enjoy the sights.
Yeah, I think this is a little complicated because Meisha is divorced, which is not accepted by his religion, but it's not even accepted by his mom's culture, who is Arabic, right?
Right. No, so that's what he's got to deal with, but he should have been dealing with that before she arrived. And I guess she didn't totally know how much of a secret she was. I'm not getting on a plane and flying to another country if I know that I'm a secret.
Listen, he's 46 years old, virgin. Forget the virgin. He's 46 years old.
Yes.
Why do you care about what your parents think?
Because
just tell them.
This is the way he was raised.
Yeah, but it's bullshit. At some point, you gotta grow up.
No, the longer you go feeling this way and thinking these things, the harder it is to change your mind about this. Because he's 46, I think it makes it harder. If he was 26, he would go, you know what? Screw it. I'm 26, Mom. This is how I feel, and this is what I want to do. He's been living his entire life for so long in fear that he's just even more fearful than ever now.
I can't believe he didn't bang for 46 years.
I know. I need to know more about the heavy petting session and what happened downstairs and all this sort of, like, I hope there was room to masturbate in that cluttered room.
I don't think he does that either.
Oh, he does
You think so?
He does it.
Probably.
So basically, they're talking, and Meisha's like, I think you're embarrassed of me. There's something that's keeping you from telling your family about me. And Nicola's like, go to bed. You're tired. That's why you're saying these things. You're the most cute when you're mute.
Oh.
Ooh, I mean, not a bad rhyme, but a bad thing to say.
And then he tells her she needs to relax.
Nicola needs a date, or like a dating class. He needs to learn how to interact with women.
Oh,
with
he
people.
sure does. But he doesn't. That's the thing. It's like all he needs is to know how to interact with God, and that's it.
Yeah, but God doesn't talk back to him.
I mean,
maybe he does.
Listen, on Match Me Abroad, someone's talking to angels.
That's true.
You never know with these 90-dayers.
You got that right. But it's just communication is the issue here between the two of them, between Nicola and his family. And he's trying to silence Meisha. It's like, don't talk. Just talk. You need to talk. Talk to everyone. Talk to Meisha, talk to your family, and everything will be easier.
Well, it goes back to the way he grew up and the way he was raised. So
yeah,
I don't think he is all for equality unless that's what God's saying. I think he's all for what God is telling him.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. He's scared
because he said he's like, when she asked if his brother knows about her, and he's like, well, it's nowhere in the Bible that I need to tell my brothers about you.
True.
Like he's using God and the Bible not to do certain things he's afraid of, but he shouldn't be because he's 46 years old. You do you, dude.
Again.
What if this works out, he moves to the U.S.?
Yeah, I think it'll be a wake-up call. It'll be a fish out of water situation for him. Again, he's 46. He's been living this life for so many years that I don't think he's going to be able to break free from it. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm in America. Well, now I'm going to forget everything I've thought and felt for decades.
Not that, but just to realize that you are your own person and you
are thinking as someone who is not a God-fearing person.
No.
Yes, you are.
I mean, I'm not a God-fearing person.
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
believe in God.
That's why you're so easily able to say, think for yourself. Do what you want. Because you are not a religious person. Here's someone who's been so religious for so long. It's not easy just like, you know what, forget all that.
I'm not saying stop being religious because that's all they have in common. So if you did, there would be no Meisha, right? But more like, all right, like you do you. Like don't, if your parents...
He is doing him. And
if
only
your
him.
parents disapprove, well, who cares? At this stage of your life, dude, you better do you. Otherwise, you're going to be single forever with your penis not used.
Well, his mom, his parents, they may pass, and that will give him the freedom.
When he's, what, like 70?
Hey, he's gone this long.
Your grandma...
What's another 30 years?
People can live up to 100 plus.
Yeah.
Easily.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Can we talk about Tyray?
Unfortunately, yes.
Tyray and the artist formerly known as Carmella.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The con artist formerly known as Carmella.
I feel bad because he's at the farmer's market with his sister.
I don't think it's a farmer's market. That's a street fair. I don't think
It's farmer's market.
Did it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thought so too. And then they're like, 2 bags of kettle corn? I was like, I don't think that's
I'm sure that farmer's market can have any pop-ups.
Sure.
But Tyray made it sound like this is something he used to do, but ever since Carmella, he couldn't get out. So he was happy that his sister came with him. And I'm like, this is so sad.
Just go to the farmer's market if you want.
But what's sadder is his naivety.
Yes.
He's so naive, and I hate it for him.
He's still not accepting that Carmella's a guy. I think this is a misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding. It's a Mr. Understanding that goes by the name of Christian.
That's a good one. Well,
thanks, Teresa.
You're welcome. John, literally, well, I'm saying it because you were like doing a hands gesture to stop me from talking.
Yeah, don't step on my joke, Teresa. I'm trying to redeem myself from the opening.
All right. This was a good one. All right.
But carry on.
I'm going to carry on. Tyray has a theory. He says, he's like, well, what if Carmella is in prison and she just needed to talk to someone like a pen pal, and now she's released and her husband Christian just doesn't want me to talk to her anymore.
The creativity of this man.
He needs a slap. And I'm saying
You're getting
it with
very
love.
violent over there.
I'm saying it with love. Or like throw a cold water in his face. Like he just needs to wake up.
I know. He's seen and heard the evidence, yet refuses to believe it. And Sister Lashanti has brought some more evidence today.
I think Lashanti needs to get together with Neve because she seems to be doing the right thing when it comes to getting down to business and searching for this catfish.
Doing all the right things. She said, we did a couple of reverse image searches. We didn't find what we were looking for, but I'm not to be deterred. I kept going afterwards when I got home, and I found something.
Yeah, so they sit down, and Lashanti shows Tyray that Carmella is an escort living in California, literally 30 minutes from them.
Yeah, and I am scared to repeat the bio on this escorts page because last time I read it, Teresa almost quit the podcast.
Yes.
But I'll repeat it again.
You can because you're not going to be talking about me anymore, you slut.
Okay. The page that accompanied Carmella's photo said, I'm a 31-year-old horny lady. Just want a guy or a girl to go down on. Satisfaction guaranteed. I mean, what more? Money back guarantee? What more do you want from an escort?
I mean, it's probably cheaper than going to Barbados.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a silver lining.
He doesn't want to have one bang because he would get attached even more. Come on.
He's already attached. At least I think if he got off a little bit, maybe he would be less attached.
No.
He needs to ejaculate and clear his head, Teresa.
Well, no. Like find a normal girl.
What's wrong? Yeah. You meet up, you have a good time.
He's a nice dude. He doesn't need this.
All right. Well, Lashanti's like, there's a phone number. Should we call it?
Well, first he runs away because he's too overwhelmed.
And the best part, the ability for him to convince himself that reality is not real when he's just like, Now, this is something you need to tell your partner. You tell your partner that you're an escort. It's like, well, this isn't your This is not who you're talking to,
and
Tyray.
it's like, you tell your partner that you're an escort living 30 minutes from them and like being an escort in Barbados.
This whole time she was 30 minutes from me being an escort. This is something you tell your partner. When you get out of prison, you tell your partner this.
Oh, Tyray.
So he's telling his sister, he's like, this is not the type of girl I want to be with. What am I going to tell mom? I've been dating an escort this entire time. It's like, oh, sweet, sweet Tyray.
Just tell mom it didn't work out and move on.
Yeah, well, okay. Let me call her. Let's sort this thing out. Give me the number. So he calls, but nobody answers. It goes to, I don't know if it went to a voicemail or if the number didn't exist.
And Tyray is like, well, maybe Christian might be her pimp.
Right?
Tyray.
The imagination
Tyray.
on this guy.
Poor Tyray.
So then he's like, well, all right, I'll text. So he writes, hey, I've seen your ad and you look extremely familiar. So I'm wondering if maybe we can chat. No response immediately. So he goes, let me Google the number. And he Googles it and it takes her to another, takes Tyray to another site.
Yes.
Same photos. So clearly this Carmella escort is on a couple of escort sites trying to get the most business she can.
I'm pretty sure that Christian was looking for photos to steal and he got creative and went to an escort site, saw how many photos she had, screenshotted all of them, and that's the connection.
I think you're right. The most curious thing to me is that this person happens to be in the neighborhood of Tyray. So did Christian didn't know like, whoa, where should I search? So let me just, although no, because this person had the photos before they came in contact with Tyray.
I think it's just a coincidence.
It's a coincidence, huh?
Yeah. Well, I will see him going to Barbados, so I can already tell that going down this rabbit hole, she may reply and be like, hey, like, we can talk for 150 if you want.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be anything. I think he's going to go down the other route and go and meet Christian.
All right. I'm here for it.
Oh, me too.
I'm here for it. All right. I think we need to take a quick break.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll talk about real love. Okay?
Hopefully.
We'll talk about some real love. We'll be back in a second. Are you ready to step into a world of mystery, danger, and romance? No, I'm not talking about a new season of 90 Day Fiancé. I'm talking about our sponsor for today's episode, June's Journey. June's Journey is a hidden object mystery game that transports you back to the roaring 20s, immersing you in a captivating detective story right on your phone. As you play, you'll find hidden clues, solve mind-teasing mysteries, and search for hidden objects in stunning locations like the parlors of New York and the sidewalks of Paris. Shout out to Patrick and Miriam. I've been playing June's Journey as the perfect way to relax and unwind while still challenging myself and sharpening my observation skills. So far, I've had the chance to uncover scandalous family secrets, explore the vivid scenery of the 1920s, and even build my own luxurious island. You can't see this one from Jasmine's balcony, though. I'm currently on Chapter 5, and I can't wait to see what unfolds next. So join me on this thrilling adventure by downloading June's Journey for free on iOS or Android today. Channel your inner detective, uncover hidden clues, and become part of June Parker's captivating journey. Can you crack the case? Download June's Journey for free today and let the mystery begin.
Hey guys, today's episode is brought to you by Obvi, the obvious choice in health and wellness. Ever since I learned that we start losing collagen as we get older, I've been looking for ways to get more of it into my diet for my hair, my skin, and my joints. I tried several brands and they all tasted not so good. You guys know, John is a picky eater.
Hey, there is, I'm right here, but guilty.
Well, I'm a picky supplement taker. I can't tell you how many half-full jars of protein and collagen we have in our cabinet. But when I tried Ave, it was a game changer! There's so many flavors. I've been going with a peanut butter cup super collagen protein, and it literally tastes like peanut butter. 10 grams of collagen, 9 grams of protein, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and only 40 calories. It's only been a few weeks, but I feel like I hop out of bed a little easier. And John's actually been complimenting me on my hair a little more.
I know some goats that would love to snack on that hair, Teresa.
Oh, don't get me started on that. But there is one more thing I have to tell you about. Obvious apple cider vinegar gummies. Not only can they help with weight loss, reduce cholesterol, and lower blood sugar levels, they taste like candy. And here's the best news of all. Our listeners can get 25% off today with code MERIT at myobvi.com. That's myobvi.com and use promo code MERIT. MERRIED to get 25% off today. I'll also make John put a link in the show notes.
You got it.
Thank you, Obvi, for sponsoring this podcast. And let Obvi help you reach your goals this summer.
And I'm back from my scolding. Teresa took that opportunity to yell at me even more about that opening.
That's not true.
Oh, is this not true?
I just made sure you knew I wasn't joking.
Teresa's like, I really didn't like that intro. I was like, I know, but then it became hilarious. So I ended up loving it.
All good, all good. He's paying for the nice dinner we're going to go to.
All right, I'll use the podcast money. All right, we're back to talk about
Such a slut.
one of the most heartwarming couples of the season.
Hopefully.
Well, so far, so heartwarming.
Oh, so far, so...
What do you mean?
Being in the public, sure.
Oh, well, you do you, but then at least you do each other. And that's heartwarming.
All right, I have a lot to say. Let's talk about David and Sheila.
David has just landed in the Philippines. They're in the cab. They're leaving the airport. David is realizing we're not in Nebraska anymore.
Yes. And here's the thing. The first time you travel abroad, you get a little culture shocked, right? But going to a country that's not similar to the U.S. in any way, right?
It's not a westernized
Yeah, it's
country.
not a Thank you. That's even a bigger culture shock. And he is deaf. So you see all these scars and he's being overstimulated and you cannot hear.
Yeah.
I'm sure it must be hard.
Yeah, the traffic, the motorcyclists. He was overwhelmed. But they're cuddling in the cab, and David's like, I feel even more love for Sheila than I did on the video chat. So it was super heartwarming to me to realize, okay, and maybe, and don't take this the wrong way, there was no awkward silence that there is so many times when the American touches down in the foreign country and they get in the cab, there's this awkward silence, right? There wasn't that. There was just cuddling, and I could feel the love.
Well, Sheila, however, picked up on him being a little panicked and she thought he's upset.
Sure.
I think if she wants to make this work, she needs to learn the sign language because there's just no other way for him to communicate. I get the phone, but that's going to get old.
And here's the irony of that, because you're right. She should learn American Sign Language. The irony is, finally, here's a foreigner who speaks pretty good English. Yeah. But it's all for naught because he can't hear.
Yeah, but I'm sure she can learn. She's learning some already, which is good.
Yeah. I do hope she learns a little bit more because it's sad. It's like, oh, your English is really good.
Yeah.
But he can't lip read, he can't hear.
But that's the thing. Luckily, her English is decent, so she can learn the sign language. I feel like,
sure.
How would you learn it if you didn't know the translation?
You'd have to learn two. Yeah, and they can still text, and so there's communication there. But so, okay, they get to this restaurant, right? David's a little hungry. They want to eat. He says, I wouldn't normally eat at a restaurant like this in the States, but I'm very hungry, so I'm going to go with it.
Yes, and it just wasn't up to his standards. And I kind of get it when you see something that's not clean. All I see is diarrhea and throwing up all night. That's me.
When you see a restaurant that's not clean, that's what you see?
Yeah.
Diarrhea and throwing up all night?
Yeah.
You or
me.
Got you. I thought you see diarrhea in that restaurant.
No.
You see leaving the restaurant and having caught a bug and then got it.
And here's the thing: it's like when we travel, I'm all for going to local places. I'm all for trying new places, but I'm also want to keep myself healthy. And it's a real thing. Sometimes you travel to a different country, they do have different water, they do have different things, and you might end up shitting your pants for weeks. And so I would not eat there. And I'm not being posh. I'm just being safe.
If somebody from that country took me there and said like this place is great, I would. Even if I thought like, oh, I might get sick tonight. If someone co-signed it and vouched for it, I would. But if it was just like, well, we're really hungry, let's try this exit, and then we happened upon it, I would be a little more hesitant.
No, you would not. You would not eat there.
If you
were like worse than me.
If you took me there and you said, this is the best place, we have to go, I think I would.
Okay.
I think I would.
Look at you. So open-minded.
I try to be. David said a couple things this segment where I thought to myself, him signing it softens the critique. Mm-hmm. If he was speaking his thoughts, he would come across as posh and a little entitled. So I think it did him a favor that he was signing it, because when the hotel room and the restaurant, I was like, if he was just your normal American guy spewing this stuff that we get so many times, we would all be like, oh my God, how entitled.
Well, here's the thing. It's like I don't think he's ever been abroad. He's never really traveled. Obviously, he has a disability that doesn't make it that easy to travel, right? So he's used to certain things. And now you go somewhere and it's very different. But maybe he had I don't know what his expectation was, but everything is different. And he's just like, he's culture shocked.
I could be wrong about this, but I know when you lose one of your senses, your other senses become heightened.
Yes.
So I wonder if like his sense of smell when he goes to this restaurant or this hotel is even more. You walk into a restaurant sometimes or a hotel, it's not the cleanest. You're like, oh, it smells. If your sense of smell is more heightened, you're going to think even more so. But they're at this restaurant and all of a sudden he has to go to the bathroom. And you see this employee try to open the door, but he's like, oh, it's broken.
I think it was just very dirty.
I think they didn't want it on camera.
Yeah.
I think he was like, nope, it's broken. Just go pee outside. So then we go outside for David to pee. TLC. You mute most of his segment. Most of his segment is on mute.
Not his pee.
Not his solid stream. We get to hear that in 4K.
Also, why did she come out with him? He was literally outside the restaurant.
Why did the camera guy go out? Why didn't he just go outside like that? I couldn't believe that they put that on camera, full audio, just solid stream for 10 seconds.
And he was like, I just couldn't hold it anymore, which I feel him.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've all been there, yeah. I mean, I usually do it in the forest, but...
Yeah, so okay, they get their food, they go to the hotel, they check in, and we see the 2 beds.
Yes.
Classic scene this season.
Yeah, 2 tiny beds, I was just going to say.
2 tiny beds. But unlike Nicola and Megan Fox News, they're like, we got to smush these beds together.
Well... I think David was regretting it immediately, because when they did, there is a big dead bug.
Big dead bug. And David's like, this is where he tells the camera, I booked a hotel in the Philippines. It said it'd be nice and comfortable. I think it was fake advertising. And I'm like, if he was just saying these things, I think we'd all judge him a little bit more.
Well, he said it was also very cheap, so maybe that's why.
Sure.
I'm sure it's cheaper in the Philippines than in the U.S. But
yeah, I'm sure. So then they start eating. We learn apparently David's a loud eater.
Mm-hmm, but he doesn't know.
Yeah, Sheila's dealing with it because she loves him. And they finish, and she's like, it's time for dessert, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
This is disgusting. This is
okay. First
disgusting.
of all,
not the sex.
She goes and changes into jean shorts she's going to sleep in.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Second of all, neither of them showered. David kept his dirty clothes on.
David's in a full sweat, which I totally understand.
Yeah.
I sweat so much when I travel. The planes are always hot, the cabs, right? He's full sweat in the same exact outfit he wore on the plane to the restaurant while he's outside peeing. And then he just gets in bed.
And here's why it's even worse. Because he acknowledged it.
Yes. He's like, it's been 3 years since I banged. He didn't want to wait no more delays. No. I just want to bang.
That was just nasty. Her too. Like, dude, shower. It's hot. Like, I see you sweating. I see him sweating. Like, shower. Oh my God.
And let's be honest here. Let's acknowledge the fact that this is a television show and there's production and cameras. So they weren't going to just start banging on camera. They're making out a little bit. They're in bed. Then they're probably going to be like, all right, cameras, get out. And they're going to shut the door. But you still got in bed and started making out. Still full sweat, full airplane clothes.
No.
Not good.
Not good. But hopefully the bang was worth it.
I think so. I think we heard a little preview of the bang.
Yeah.
On the coming attractions.
Yeah. I think David will really get a big culture shock once he sees her house.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think he'll be very happy with the hotel because she said, was there like a hurricane or a typhoon or something?
I think there was a roller coaster tycoon and maybe a typhoon.
Typhoon, thank you.
Yeah.
And so her house, unfortunately, is broken.
Yeah.
So I think he'll be very appreciative of that bug.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Shall we move on?
Let's move on to Jasmine and Gino.
So, just looking for a light beer. If you have a light beer.
Oh, Gino.
Jasmine kicked him out of the apartment after he brought up the prenup. So he's at a bar alone, chatting up the cute bartender.
Yes, and people always say that bartenders are like psychologists.
This woman,
yep,
PhD.
But she opened his eyes a little more when she said, well, I understand Jasmine because for us it's not common, and what it says is that you're thinking of a divorce before you even got married. That's what she hears.
It was great insight.
Yes, for sure.
It was great insight. I couldn't help but flash back to the first time we ever met Gino, when he was going to his restaurant in Michigan, picking up food, and Jasmine's like, evidence and report, because he was talking to the waitress. Like,
yes.
I was just thinking, oh my God, he's at this bar chatting up this cute bartender. If Jasmine only knew.
Yep. Well, Jasmine is chatting up her sister at the rooftop bar. Her sister looks like she's 15, but I think she's maybe 18.
I was wondering how young. She looks super young.
US, and it's dumb. I hate that in the US, the age you can drink is 21 because it's too late.
It should be 18.
It should be 18.
It used to be 18.
It should be 18 because people still drink, but they do it illegally.
Yeah.
And once they can do it legally, they go nuts in college. And there are all these frat parties. They drink excessively. People die. Jesus Christ. Like, let people drink at 18. By the time they get to college, they'll be like sipping on wine, being all normal because you've done it.
I think the fear is, well, the age is 21 now and people start drinking at 16. If we make the age 18, they're going to start drinking at 9. It's like, no, they're not. They're still going to start drinking at 16.
I still think driving at 16 is ridiculously early. And I never thought of it until literally now, this year, when my cousins are about to drive.
Yeah.
And I'll see them, they're 16, they're still kids. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, you're going to let them drive? Let them drive?
It's kind of crazy, but if you start working at 16, I feel like you should be able to drive to your job.
No, you should not. 16 is too young.
Then don't
You're
start working
dumb.
at 16.
Wow, who works at 16?
I did.
I did too, but there was a week. I started working at 15. There was a weekend job. I worked before.
I worked after school. I would drive to work.
Really? I worked on the weekends at night because I had to study during the week. I was pumping beer. It was great.
I worked at a liquor store. I worked mowing lawns, which I didn't need.
Yeah, I worked at multiple bars. I was delivering my dad's newspapers on my bicycle.
Yep. All right.
Very heavy. That's why my bag hurts, because I was carrying hundreds of newspapers in my backpack.
All right. So back to
this.
Jasmine.
Driving, drinking. Do it all 18. It's easy. No, it's not like 16 you can do this. 18 you can do this. But you want to have a light beer, you got to wait until you're 20 fucking one.
Okay, Jasmine and Liz. Jasmine's bringing up her past relationship and how that failed and she was left with nothing. And so hearing about this prenup really set her off. And Liz is like, I would leave Gino.
Yes.
If I were you. I don't think anyone, or at least I don't think Jasmine understands how prenups work.
I don't think she does either.
One, you could write in, hey, if we divorce, you got to take care of me. And two, she's later going to talk about a will, which is like, I'm pretty sure you could write in the same protection that you're looking for in a will, and you guys could have both been happy.
100%. But Jasmine doesn't even allow him to talk, right? And it's like, isn't it that if they divorced and let's say she wasn't making as much money as he does, he would still need to make sure she lives at the same, up to the same standards that she did with him.
Yeah.
And you don't need a prenup for that.
Well, that I'm not certain about. I think it varies state by state. And
I guess. But like, for example, like, I don't know how it works if she was making more money, but she made a comment multiple times that she makes more money than Gino.
Well, that's the thing is I think Gino wasn't making any money before.
Yeah.
He was living off of his savings. Now he's making money. Yeah. And I think she wants a piece of that. But he wants to protect himself from having to give her that.
Well, I think she realized what she did because she's like, I love Gino. I need Gino. I don't want to lose Gino. I know I mistreat him all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so then she's back at the apartment.
Liz is like, why don't you mix in a water? You're getting hysterical.
She's always hysterical.
Yeah.
And they're back in the apartment and Jasmine texted Gino. She's like, I love Gino. I'm obsessed with Gino. And she's actually willing to sign the prenup.
Yeah, she's spritzing perfume on her poo-poo nani or whatever she calls her pooper nana. And she's like, yeah, I need to smooth things over. I need to get back with Gino, my love.
So she meets Gino and Gino is like, oh, hi.
Hola. I can't get enough of them. They're so hysterical together.
But so tragic. They're so doomed.
It is so tragic. And Jasmine's like, I want to apologize for being so mean to you and saying what I said. That's my worst personality trait.
And I think this was the moment when if she thinks back at, she's going to be very happy she stopped talking because Gino said, well, I did some thinking and I think I may forget about a prenup. Because she was about to say she would sign it. And Jasmine's like, Gino, I'm impressed. This is the Gino I fell in love with.
Jasmine better invite that bartender to the wedding.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was good for about a minute. And then Jasmine goes like, well, so would you consider a will? And Gino is like, what?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Jasmine.
And she's like, well, what if you die and I'm in the U.S. alone?
Here's the thing. We already got our Catfish 90-day crossover. I could see a Dateline 90-day crossover, and I could see Jasmine murdering Gino.
100% see Jasmine murdering Gino during one of her... Like, not that I don't think she would necessarily plan to murder him.
It's not a premeditated murder.
No, I think she's gonna lose her shit as she does. And I feel like every single time we see her losing her shit, it gets worse and worse. I think one day she's just gonna grab a knife and chop his penis off. He's gonna bleed out and it's gonna be it.
John Bobbitt?
What?
You never heard the John Bobbitt, Lorena Bobbitt?
No.
Oh, Teresa, how much time do we have?
Did someone chop someone else's penis? Did she eat it?
No.
Oh.
No. I mean, she's probably not going to get there, but John Bobbitt, pretty sure, was cheating on Lorena Bobbitt.
Okay.
A married couple, the Bobbitts, if you will. Lorena Bobbitt, one night, got a little irate.
Okay.
Went full Jasmine. Not even, she went above and beyond Jasmine. And she took a knife and chopped off John Bobbitt's penis.
Jesus.
Then she took the part that she chopped off, got in her car, drove, and I believe threw it out the window into a field.
Okay.
Now, the miracle of the story is that they were able to find the tip of the penis and reattach it to John Bobbitt's
Are they still
remaining
together?
Member. They're no longer together. I think John Bobbitt went on to star in a couple pornographies because who wouldn't want to?
Are you serious?
See that? Yeah.
No, you're making this up.
No, it's a true story.
With his reattached penis? Get out of here. Oh my gosh.
Pretty intriguing, right?
This is out of control.
So
but I can see Jasmine doing that to Gino.
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you do? Oh, that's not the proper equipment. Oh no. Oh no.
I can totally see her doing that.
Yeah.
But like asking, listen, if you ask about once you're married and you're getting that up in age or you're sick, I get that. Like that's unfortunately a conversation every couple needs to have eventually,
Okay,
right?
sure.
But not before you even get married.
Yeah.
There is an alternative motive here.
Completely. And how can you say with a straight face, oh, you want a prenup? You don't trust me? You're setting the tone for a divorce? Why are you asking about a will? You're setting the tone for me to die.
Well,
like, this is not romantic either.
But how does it work? Let's say you don't have a will and your significant other passes away, then you get everything by law, don't you?
Well, I think if there's family involved, if they had kids, if Gino had kids, I think maybe things would, I don't know.
But he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
that's the thing. I feel like by law, she would get anything regardless.
I think perhaps.
But that's the thing. He wants to do a prenup. Maybe he wants to leave something to someone else. Maybe his nephews, and who knows?
Who knows? Maybe Marco.
Maybe
Uncle Marco.
poor Gino.
Who's going to get all the hats?
Who's gonna get all the hats? I think Jasmine would just throw them away.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on?
Let's move on to Christian and Cleo.
So Christian over his friend Tom's house for a little morning whiskey.
I like the idea of going to a friend's house for breakfast, but we don't have friends.
Oh. No.
No?
No. That sounds like a lot of work.
Does it?
I mean, if whiskey's involved, sure.
I feel like if it's at like 11, I wouldn't show up at someone's house at 8.
Going to someone's house for brunch? No, let's go meet out.
I mean, you and I for sure, because we're not that social. But I wouldn't mind hosting someone, doing some morning whiskey, a Bloody Mary, you know?
All right. Well, Tom and I like similar things, old music, hot rods, the same women. Although we've never shared this woman. I don't understand how Tom got this woman, Jana. Tom looks like Chris from Maths if Chris started working out.
No, I think Tom has a vibe. Like the earrings, the tunnels, the tattoos.
You're just trying to get me back for that intro.
No, I am really
Oh.
not. I don't understand how they share the women, because if I have to scale it, Christian is like 1 and Tom is maybe like 5 or 6.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Tom's like
Yeah.
a 3 or 4.
He's like 5.
Okay, maybe I'm being
He's
too.
5.
Maybe
He's
I'm
5.
being too hard on Tom. But it was the tank top that was screaming Chris to me. And,
Well, the tank top's horrible, but they're home.
okay.
So,
right.
I mean, he's not the worst looking.
Okay. So they're talking, they're drinking, they're like, what's moderate drinking anyways? It's like, you're drinking it. This needs an intervention. We've had now the catfish crossover, the 90-day Dateline crossover is coming. We need a 90-day intervention crossover because it's 8:30 in the morning. They're drinking whiskey. They're like, what's moderate drinking anyways?
Tom was like, you want some Bloody Mary, which is the right drink after a night out.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian's like, I mean, let me just get some whiskey straight, or maybe on a couple of rocks.
Yeah. Whiskey straight as fuck. If I can get that whiskey straight AF.
Ooh, oh, Christian. Well,
I like my whiskey like I like my sexual orientation.
ooh.
Straight.
Well, that's gonna be an issue because of his love interest, Cleo.
Yeah, they start talking about Cleo. And Tom wants to know, Christian, does your family know that Cleo is trans? And they didn't until very recently.
Yeah, because Christian is very close with his family. He lives with his brother, and so he ended up telling some family members about Cleo being trans.
Yep.
Well, it's a family.
You tell one person.
Oh my gosh. It's
told
like
them
a
all.
domino. It's going to all fall.
Yeah.
And so now everyone knows, but not everyone is happy about it. And people apparently make nasty comments. And what Tom says is so true, because Tom says, well, they're all older generation. Like, they
Sure.
don't understand that it's okay. You can choose who you want to be and it's fine. Like, you don't have to be nasty about
Not
it.
a crime.
It's not a crime.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So Christian is obviously a little taken back by it, but he's going, you know what? Friends are the family you choose, and I don't have to associate with the family that doesn't accept my choices. So
Here's-
I'll choose you guys.
Here's my thing. I would say yes to, all right, my family doesn't accept this, then I'm just not going to communicate with them. But the problem is that it's not going to work because he is not bisexual. He said himself he's straight. I feel so bad for Cleo because it's just not going to work.
Here's why I feel bad for Cleo, because I don't think it's going to work. he's going to reject her. He's already started to plant the seeds of, well, maybe let's not hold hands. Maybe let's not kiss. And it hurts enough to get rejected. It's going to hurt a lot to get rejected on television in front of so many people.
And especially because it's not a surprise. It's not like, oh, he thinks he's talking to a woman. He gets that. He finds out she's transgender, right?
Yeah.
She's been very open about it. And so I think that's even more hurtful that him saying over text messages that he's accepting her, then he gets that and he's like, actually, I don't.
Right.
And for him to say, oh, I'm straight. Oh, I kissed a man. It was horrible. It was wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? This is so wrong on so many levels. And again, if he said, hey, I'm bisexual, I'm attracted to both, I would be like, okay, great.
And again, fine, we have to believe what he says. He says he's straight AF. He's straight AF. But he knows what he's getting into.
I don't think he does.
I know, maybe it's getting more and more real as it gets closer and closer, and you can see he's starting to walk back some of the things he said, which is confusing.
I'll just say this, right? And it's because she is not fully transitioned, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she was, then I would be like, okay, they can connect on all levels
That's a good point.
and see how it feels. But basically, she still has her penis.
That's
she
a good
hasn't
point.
gone through the whole transition, which is okay. She does it on her own terms, but he is not bisexual or gay, so that's just not gonna work. That's not something he's attracted to. And I really feel bad for Cleo because he's gonna put her through this.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
The silver lining is at least she's got a couple cute cats.
Yes, she has a couple of cats.
Those are a couple cute. Those are adorable cats, Teresa.
I mean, the one is very fluffy. I do like
There's
that.
two adorable cats.
I like the one that's a little grumpy looking. Yeah,
A little bit of a grumpy cat
but
going
I
on.
hate the fact that you are being a cat person. All of a sudden, John loves cats.
No, I don't. I'm an equal opportunity lover. If there's a cute
You
cat,
cannot be. You have to pick. Pick.
Oh, dogs.
Okay, good.
If I had to pick a species, I would say dog. But when I see a cute cat, I'm going to say, now that's a cute cat.
I mean, that cat was kind of cute.
Good, very cute cat.
I don't think it can surf. So it's not as cute as the cat I saw surfing.
Oh, serve. I was like,
Yeah.
serve. It was serving looks to that camera
But,
all day.
I mean, yeah, it looked well groomed. I do
Very
like
well.
that.
Well, cats groom themselves.
Do
very,
they?
Very well. Yeah. They lick themselves. They're grooming.
So you don't take a cat to a groomer?
You can. Teresa's really coming around to cats.
I don't think I am, but
Okay.
I mean, my mom is also like a double, like you. She wants to get a cat, but my dad said
I don't
no
want a
because
cat.
of Fluffy.
I don't want a cat. I'm just saying I can admit and appreciate a cute cat. I'm not ashamed to admit it at all.
I am not ashamed to admit that some cats are okay.
All right. Basically, that segment. Cleo was checking into an Airbnb that
With her cats.
that Christian had booked. Yeah,
I
with the
like that
cats.
she said her cats keep her anxiety under
Yes.
control because she is autistic.
Yeah,
Let's
you
not
do.
forget.
You do forget that because the storyline is based around her being a trans woman.
Yeah.
and not the autism.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to keep that in context as well. So then we cut back to Minnesota and Christian's packing. Tom is showing up at the house. He's going to drive Christian to the airport.
Why is he wearing a jacket from 2015? No, 2005.
I am blanking on
Those
the jacket.
horrible jackets were popular when I was in high school and I hated them.
Was it a starter jacket? What
It's like
was
a
it?
leather jacket,
Oh,
but
a leather
horrible.
jacket.
Not
That's
like
right.
not like a cool leather jacket.
Oh, it was a motorcycle. No, it was a motorcycle. It was like a wannabe motorcycle
Yeah,
jacket.
but it wasn't. That's
Yeah.
horrible. Drop it, Jesus.
Okay. So they end up getting to the airport. Tom's pretty surprised that Christian's having doubts. I would be surprised if he wasn't having doubts, but if he wasn't working through the reality of, oh, this is the first time I'm dating a trans woman.
Yeah.
Then it's like, well, then you're just ignoring the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
So
I feel bad because he said, well, my family is getting to me, which is like,
right.
well,
that I don't like. Don't.
Yeah.
You let your son do what he wants to do.
yeah, but at the same time, that just shows that he's not ready for it. If your family can get to you by making comments, then this is gonna be a disaster for Chloe.
And Cleo.
Okay. I knew it.
Yeah.
For Cleo. And I just feel bad, but luckily she got her cats.
Yes, exactly. All right. Shall we talk about our next couple?
Yes. Oh my gosh, we really have everyone.
We have everyone. We got two more. This
All right.
next one is Riley and Violet.
Sweaty Riley.
Ooh, I feel that.
Yes.
I definitely feel that. He's in Vietnam. He's at the hotel. He's a little upset because he came all that way for Violet, and now she's made plans for the day.
So she calls Tiffany, his friend. He has a lot of female friends. They should just set him up with someone.
Tiffany with an IE.
Tiffany.
How's Vietnam? Did you get butterflies when you saw her? When you saw Riley, did you get butterflies when you saw her? So that's why he's not with Tiffany with an IE.
Well, he told her what happened, and Tiffany's like, I don't understand. We don't understand it either.
Don't be a wuss. Don't get caught up in the beauty or the booty. Okay?
Well, he said the booty is worth it.
The booty is, well, you wouldn't know, Riley.
Well, he just saw it at the airport.
You
But
saw it.
okay, so Riley was telling her that, like, there were some signs, like, I gave her pearls and she wasn't really thrilled about them, which, honestly, that was a shitty move on her end because she's like,
Sure.
oh, I don't like pearls because we have them everywhere.
Sure.
It's like, dude, it's a gift.
It's the thought that counts.
Exactly.
Especially in this circumstance. Like, never, even if you've been married for 10 years and you got a gift like that, should you be like, nah? Like, just be like, oh, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Pearls is very personal. I think you need to like pearls to wear pearls. And if you
yeah.
don't know someone, you don't like my personal joke?
Personal? Yeah. There's only enough room for one punster on this pod.
So, not knowing her well and buying pearls is a little out there.
Really?
I think so.
I feel like pearls is such an entry level. Oh, pearls are a girl's best friend
I'll
after
tell you what,
diamonds.
Michael Kors watch, she would have loved it.
That's so specific.
Foreigners love Michael Kors. I'm
right.
telling you.
Okay.
I don't mind Michael Kors, but I used to was obsessed. And then I bought myself Michael Kors watch, like cheap ones, kind of. And then I gave them to my mom because she was obsessed.
Okay.
And then I graduated college and my parents bought me Michael Kors watch. I still have the
Okay.
black ones.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's not super, super expensive. I'm sure it was cheaper than the pearls. And she would have liked it more. Because pearls, again, very specific.
Okay. All right. Well,
You know why? Because I think classy women like pearls. Women who dress certain way, right? And are into certain things. I think because pearls are not casual.
Here's the positive side of this. Violet wasn't the foreigner that we've seen so many times before that was sending her Amazon wish list
True.
to Riley saying, this is what I want. He had to freestyle a little bit. He had to throw a dart blindly and say, maybe pearls, maybe this ring.
Listen, I don't shit on it because, as you said, it's a gift and it's the thought that counts, right? So it was great. Like, I love that he brought something beautiful. But I also think that giving someone pearls means she either had to give him a hint or because it's such a personal gift.
I don't think so. I'm speaking from a guy's perspective.
Really?
I think pearls is so like, you can't go wrong with pearls.
Please don't get me pearls.
You got pearl earrings from my parents that you lost, that you loved.
Whoa, what? Which one?
Didn't you have pearl earrings that like we lost one in a cabinet? You can't find it. Were those pearls?
No, it was silver or platinum. It was from Tiffany's.
Yeah, I thought they were pearls.
No,
Oh, Tiffany, not with an IE.
That looked like they gave it to me for my graduation too, actually, for college.
Okay.
I got a lot of good stuff for getting educated.
Yeah.
But
Stay in school, folks.
but those were like, they looked like pearls, but it was platinum. That's why I love them so much. And I'm mad I lost one.
Okay.
But those were on pearls.
Okay. But yes, just speaking
Don't
from
tell your mom.
speaking from a guy's perspective, I think pearls, they just seem so generic that it seems like, oh, how could I go wrong with
They're
this?
not. I feel like you need to like that style to appreciate pearls.
I'm with you. It feels very like old lady Southern.
Yeah. And listen, if you bought me pearls, I would probably wear them once a year to Thanksgiving. But I just feel like for the money you spent, there are not that many occasions for myself, for example. And Violet doesn't strike me as someone who wears pearls.
Okay, well, fortunately for Violet, Riley's got other gifts like the commitment ring. But he tells Tiffany she's going to need to show me she's serious if she wants this ring.
Well, let's see. He gets a call from Violet or a text that all of a sudden she changed her plans with her school and has time now, which says a lot. I first thought that, oh shit, she has a job, she's gonna get out of it. I get it, right? But no, she changed plans.
It's a little confusing to me.
Very confusing.
Because I totally thought, yes, there's no way. This seems like an important obligation she has. And she messed up her schedule and confused days. And oh my God, Riley's here and there's just no way to get out of it. But yeah, if she could get out of it, if there was that option, she should have done that from the minute she found out that he was in town.
Yeah, for sure.
I also kind of felt like, well, maybe because they met at this Independence Palace, right?
Yeah.
It seemed like, oh, she took her kids there on a field trip or something and then stuck around. It was like, oh, the field trip ended early. Maybe you come because this seemed like a place you would go with kids from school.
She said the Independence Palace, she wanted to show him some history. And apparently the president lived there for 20 years during the war.
It's pretty cool.
Which isn't. I'm a sucker for history, so that's great. But maybe you were making a good point.
Right?
Yeah.
It seemed like this was like where she went with her kids and then was like, well, while I'm here, let me call Riley and tell him to meet me here.
Maybe. I felt bad because poor Riley got there with a towel. He's sweating, wiping his face, right?
I can relate.
And he's like, well, what happened? Like, why did you change your mind? And she's like, well, I realized you're staying at a hotel alone, so I should spend some time with you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, she sucks.
Yeah.
She
not
really
great.
sucks.
Yeah. And Riley's like, well, it seems like you didn't prepare for me to be here. And she's like, well, we're here now, so let's just like look at some tanks.
Yeah.
This date was tanking.
So they took a selfie with a tank, and poor Riley, besides him sweating, his knees acting out, and Violet is like, do you want to sit down? He's like, no, I can't do it. You're like strong man. I'm like, oh, Riley. Riley.
I don't think she's into him.
I think she likes the idea of him, but I don't know.
I think she's got some options. I think it seems like she's still on the app. She's talking to other.
Unfortunately.
Seems like he's one of a few.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that into him.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. All right. One more.
We have Amanda and Razvan.
When conference calls go wrong, Amanda is still upset that Razvan might kiss another woman in his music video. And Razvan thought, oh, it's going to be so great. I'm going to let her eavesdrop on this business call. And no.
Well, it was in your language, so.
Went terribly wrong.
Terribly. When you talk about someone in a different language and you keep dropping their name, it's not good. You would hate it. I would hate it.
Absolutely hate it.
If I was like talking to my parents, and I feel like many times I talk to my parents and John is in the living room, so you hear a few words, but you know a little bit of Czech, and I also some words I said in English, so you can pick up another conversation if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh?
I hear the context.
But if I was like blah 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 John, blah 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 John, blah 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 John, you would be like, what the fuck
and then
are
if
you
I'm like,
saying?
what were you guys talking about? You're like, oh, just asking. They were just asking how you were. I'd be like, that's so not true.
Yeah, for sure.
So okay, I take it back. I do believe now that Razvan is an actor and a good actor.
Because he starts crying.
These tears in this car ride.
Well, I think he is into her, but I also think he's aware of the baggage. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but she's broken.
It's not a bag, it's a box.
Oh, boy. Well, she's not recovered. She can say whatever, but she's not. And he knows it. And I think he likes her, but knows that would have to be a lot. And I don't think he's ready to be a dad or a stepdad either. So I think there's part of him when he says, well, I was in a toxic marriage and then after 6 months and I don't want to get heartbroken again. I do believe that.
Oh, I believe it too. But I believe you weren't thinking then, because why would you get into a relationship with a woman whose husband died 4 months ago if you're like, I love you so much, I don't want to be hurt? You're in the wrong relationship.
I don't think he thought of it at all.
No, he saw a hot girl on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
And was like, oh, you want to fly here and bang?
Yeah.
And that's the amount of thought he put into it.
But here's the thing. I think he is realizing it all now. And it's just, I think he does like her, but it's not going to fly. It's not going to work because he's not ready to be a stepdad. He's not ready to be there for her in this stage of her life.
She's not ready either.
Oh, absolutely
Neither
not.
of them are ready.
No.
They're ready. You guys are both ready for a one-night stand.
Yeah.
Right? I support Amanda in her need for some loving and for her need for a distraction, but don't parade around like you're auditioning men to step in and be a father to your children and your next husband. You're not ready for that.
No.
And Razvan is not ready either.
Listen, people recover from a breakup for months. This is different. This is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but again, I cannot speak for her because that's just it's something that none of us know. Maybe some of us have experienced it, so you guys may know how she feels, but it's also very personal, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, I don't judge her.
No.
I'm not judging her. I'm just saying there's no way either of them are ready for this.
No, they're not. He's not ready for what comes with her, and she's not ready for anything new because she's just not. Like, look at her crying, look at her body language, look at the way she talks about her kids.
But even,
it's like, what are you doing there?
Forget the fact that daddy's in a box. If she was a single mom and she got divorced 10 years ago, but she's got these 2 kids, he's not in a position to be a dad. He wants to be an influencer and a singer and an actor. He doesn't want to go move to the middle of nowhere in Louisiana or wherever she's living and raise a couple kids.
Yeah.
So this relationship just doesn't work out.
No, I agree. We'll see.
All
That's
right.
all they say.
Well, we got to watch.
We'll see. I mean, we got to watch, guys.
Watch and see.
Exactly.
So that's the episode. Woo! What a doozy. What a doozy. We started on a little rocky with that intro, Teresa.
Well, that
but
was your fault.
it was my fault, and I'll pay the price of a delicious Italian dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, guys, we are on Supercast. It's audio only right now. It's the Cousins Club level, the $6 level, but you'll get everything we've ever done on Patreon. It's 200 plus episodes of ad-free episodes, bonuses, Love in Paradise, Darcy and Stacy, Love is Blind bonuses. So much over there you'll get as soon as you sign up, marriedtoreality.supercast.com. And it's super quick. I've signed up for a Supercast before, literally 5-10 seconds, and you got it on, I put it to Apple Podcasts, but I think you can get it wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/marriedtoreality. If you want the video, well, that's the family affair level. You'll also get a monthly bonus over on that level. And if we didn't say it enough, the other way is going to be on that premium level. So sign up now, and it's going to start in about a week, I believe.
The premium level is...
The Cousins Club gets you it. The Family Affair will get you it on Patreon. So you'll see. You can read all about it. Supercast, marriedtoreality.supercast.com or patreon.com/marriedtoreality. Also links in the show notes.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram at marriedtorealitypod. Also make sure you're just following the podcast wherever you're listening. It's so easy to do. Just look down and smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's hard. Here's the beautiful review we got from our friend
Agla T. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, if you haven't left a review, please do. We love the love. And if you leave a 5-star review, we'll read it on this podcast right here.
Yes.
All right. That is that. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to you guys for listening. I think that's it. I've said it all.
I've said it all.
You've said it all?
Said it all.
All right. Let me go treat you to a dinner.
All right.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.